When you're in need of pain relief, come to Need It Relief Massage Therapy. Kat is an experienced licensed massage therapist. Check out her website and book your session online now at massagetherapykm.com. Need It Relief Massage Therapy for some much needed relief.
Tubby and Coos, Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton, just off Orleans in Carrollton. Books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. Find them on the web at tubbyandcoos.com and sign up for their geekly newsletter. Tubby and Coos, more than books.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
CypherCon, Lake Charles, Louisiana's premier pop culture convention, returns to the Lake Charles Civic Center April 7th through the 9th. Go to cyphercon.org. That's CYPHACON.org. CypherCon, April 7th through the 9th at the Civic Center.
Kosh's Bazaar has an unconventional inventory for the discerning geek collector. Comic book-related collectibles, vintage New Orleans items, militaria, and plenty for your mundane friends. Kosh's Bazaar, 5727 Jefferson Highway, the Unflea Market.
Resistance is futile.
Boldly going where no show has gone before. This is the Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. Broadcasting from the tubbyandcoos.com studios, here's David and Brian.
Good afternoon, New Orleans. This is the Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280, coming to you live from the tubbyandcoos.com studios. This is D Square with
Brian Held.
Brian, how the hell are you, buddy?
I am fantastic, sir.
I am super fantastic as well.
Although I'm still recovering from this fantastic weekend that we had, huh?
Yes, my loins still hurt.
Oh, jeez. That was a little TMI, dude.
Oh, really?
But, hey, just a big thanks to all the staff and guests of CoastCon 40. We had a wonderful weekend hanging out. We loved being your MCs, and we can't wait till next year.
It was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah.
I even got to role play, man.
I know.
Yeah.
You never do that anymore.
No, never.
No.
You kept giving me the stink eye. You're like, why aren't you at the table? I'm like, I'm throwing dice. Leave me alone, Brian. All right, guys, as always, we strongly urge you to check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/The Week in Geek, or check out the website at twigradio.com. Follow us on Twitter at twigradio, and the Instagrams at The Week in Geek. Now, Brian, how can people listen to this lovely show?
Well, once we're off the air, we're going to take the recording and host it on Spreaker.com, or you can download Spreaker for your smartphone or tablet. You can also find us on iTunes, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and at FoxSportsAM1280.com.
That is correct.
Yeah.
All right, so let's lay out the show real quick. As always, we'll open up the show with our boy Skungy and his pick of the week, and then we're going to do a little interview
it's with Tara Andrus.
Oh, Tara.
Yes, it's pronounced in the British fashion, and she is a makeup artist, a sculptor, a mask maker, and branching into puppeteering. So
cool.
Yeah.
And so then we'll follow that up with Top Nerd News, where there's a lot of huge headlines, dude.
I know.
I mean, we got trailers, we got not trailers, we got Doctor Who in the news, Indiana Jones in the news, and in breaking news, Brian, I hate people.
I know you do. We'll get to it later.
Shocking, isn't it? And then, as always, we'll close out the show with This Week in Geek History.
And
what?
We have a book review.
Oh, my God. We have a book?
Yes.
I get to play the naughty song.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
I am not what you would call a handsome man.
Skungy's Pick of the Week is brought to you by GameStop and ThinkGeek.com.
Skungy's Pick of the Week.
He might be an idiot savant.
Woohoo!
Skungy, what's shaking bacon?
What's going on, guys?
Same old, same old. All right, so apparently you got two things to talk about tonight.
Yes, and I'm holding it in my hand right now.
Oh, that sounds so disturbing.
I know.
Never say that again.
It is the Nintendo Switch.
Ah, that sounds better. That's PG-13 here.
Yeah, PG-13. Don't worry. Yes. So,
all right.
So on Friday was the release of the Nintendo Switch, Nintendo's new console, but it's not necessarily in the traditional sense that you're used to.
Because it's also a handheld.
the reason why they call it the Switch is because you can switch from handheld to console in just a second.
Wow. Tell me more. This is the most amazing invention since the wheel.
Well, I mean, it actually is pretty cool because I was playing Legend of Zelda, which that's what I'm reviewing in a second. But so I was playing Legend of Zelda with the controller, and then I just took the controller apart and put the controllers on the side of the tablet, and you can take it with you on the go. I mean, the Switch, it's a great idea. It's small. It's like a little tablet. It's light, easy to move around. It's not too big.
I'm excited now. You know, you changed my mind. I'm excited now, Skungy.
Why? Dave?
Yeah,
Because all these people are going to be walking around with tablets and switches attached. I mean, I don't have to go buy one. I'll just run down the street and start snatching them up.
Oh, geez, Dave.
Hey, how much does GameStop take on returns?
So, Skungy, how do you feel about the controllers? I know the controllers can be mounted to the side of the handheld device itself or taken off and used independently.
There are three ways that you could basically use the controllers. You could use them mounted on the side of the console, which the console is the tablet. So you can use them mounted on the side, or it comes with this grip. So they fit in the grip, and it feels more like a traditional controller. Or for some games, one person takes one side, and another person takes the other side. For instance, Mario Kart, which is coming out next month, you actually take the console. It's got a little kickstand on the back of it. You flip that open, and you can set it on a table, and one person has one side of the controller, another one has the other side, and you play two players right then and there.
Interesting. That's cool. Well,
that's the only thing that looks remotely
there's a game
interesting.
like that.
Yeah, isn't it? That's the one they kept showing in the commercial. Do they have more than just that one stupid game?
Well, that's a game called 1-2 Switch, and it's got like 29 different games that you play against someone. Like there's a table tennis one, there's the quick draw, there's a baseball, there's what else? There's like milking a cow, which I'm going to say, don't play that game.
My God.
Don't.
I mean, this is just like the innuendo game.
Right, apparently. This whole segment is that. But it sounds a lot like the Wii.
I'm being good.
I know you are. The Wii Sports little package game that came out when the Wii first released, it seems like that's what this thing you're mentioning is.
That 1-2 Switch, yes. But I'm going to throw out a caveat there, all right? Look,
okay.
That 1-2 Switch game, sure, it's fun. But the games are like, maybe 30 seconds long, if that. There's only 29 of them. Nintendo's charging $50 for this game, guys.
What?
It is ridiculous. It should have been a pack-in game with the system, but it's not. It's a separate game. This is my biggest gripe I have about it.
All right. Well, tell us about Zelda.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Zelda, which right now they're probably the only game worth playing on the system. There's a Bomberman, which is cool, but I digress. Legend of Zelda is... this game's damn near perfect, guys.
Wow. Bold statement, sir.
This game is absolutely amazing. This is not a Zelda that you're used to. It plays similar to Zelda, but it's got some core stuff, but they've changed a lot. Number one, it's a completely open world for Zelda.
So like Skyrim or something?
Very, very much like Skyrim, where you can basically go anywhere and do anything. You don't have to tackle the dungeons like in the way that you used to. You used to have to go in Zelda, I have to go to this dungeon because I'm going to get this item that I need to do when I'm in the next dungeon. You don't have that.
Okay.
This game does not hold your hand. It's kind of like, hey, look, here's the wilderness. Go do stuff.
All right.
That's what I liked about Assassin's Creed, man.
How are the graphics?
The graphics are gorgeous. I mean, it's kind of got that anime style. It's got a little bit of anime style, but it's very artistic. It's not very realistic looking, but the physics engine in it is.
Okay.
So you have to, like when you're making jumps, you can basically damn near climb anything. And that's the thing. If you see the mountain, you can climb the mountain. You might not have the stamina to climb the mountain, but you can climb it.
Right.
And then you can fall and you can die.
Well, I ask about the graphics, Skungy, because it always seems like Nintendo's kind of behind the curve when it comes to graphics on consoles, right?
Well, Nintendo's main thing they've always said is that graphics don't make a game to them. It's about gameplay. Are the games fun? A game can look gorgeous. It can look beautiful and be terrible.
Right. Okay.
So that's what they aim on. But the game is, like I said, it does look very, very nice. It's very pretty. There's not really a crafting system in it, but there's like a cooking system. You find ingredients throughout the world, and you can craft it to make elixirs to give you defense boosts or resistances or stuff like that, which is brand new to the Zelda games.
Okay. Well, hey, 2 questions. One, the price of the platform, and then the price of the game.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the price of the platform right now is $299.99. That comes with the basically the Switch, which like I said, is that little tablet. It comes with 2 Joy-Cons. It comes with a docking station so you can play it on the TV. That's what connects to your TV, the docking station, and that goes back and forth from the TV. Now, it also comes with all the hookups that you need: power cables, AC cables, all that kind of stuff.
All right. And the price of Zelda?
Zelda is available both on the Switch and the Wii U.
Interesting.
So if you have a Wii U, you're able to play it, and it's going to be $59.99. And this game, like I said, you're talking about main quest, probably 50 hours just for main quest. To do everything, probably over 100.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, that's getting your money's worth.
No doubt. Now, the most important question, Skungy, is when the Wii U came out, it seemed like a solid system, but kind of playing it and dealing with it and stuff, you could see the limitations. What do you think, based on your initial review, is the longevity of this particular system?
I think it's the next. It could be the next generation for Nintendo, because Nintendo's biggest thing that they've always had are their handhelds. Their handhelds the DS and the 3DS has been, and before that Game Boy Advance is huge, and that's what they've been really good at. Now the fact that they're able to meld those 2 technologies together for the console and the handheld, I think it could go really well. The biggest problem with this system right now is the launch lineup. They had 4 physical games available at launch, and that's it.
Wow.
That is all. There's
terrible.
like a couple of other ones that are available for download, but they're kind of like almost like shuffleware. I mean, there's a good one like Shovel Knight, but it's still not enough. I'm going to be honest and say that you might want to hold off on buying the system for a little bit until more games come out.
And you can't play Wii U games on it.
No, it is not backwards compatible. In fact, the cartridges are smaller than a 3DS cartridge. They're tiny.
Oh, my God.
And, Dave, just so you know, because you have a small child, the cartridges are filled with a bittering agent so that the kids will spit them out and not eat them.
Really?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
So don't
great.
lick your cartridges, all right?
Yeah, you say that, and of course they say don't lick the cartridges. So what does everybody do? They lick the damn cartridge.
Yeah.
Well, that explains the meme I saw about a box of cereal with the cartridges, on the cover.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah, so it's a good system. I love Nintendo. I am a Nintendo fanboy. It's just there's no software or support for it yet. But there's stuff coming. It's just going to kind of one of those, once again, Nintendo, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 7 times, shame on me.
All right, Skungy. Well, okay. Brought me expensive stuff, so guess what?
I'm fired?
Yeah, get out of here, man.
No, you're not, Skungy.
Stop cuddling him. Stop coddling him.
Thank you, Skungy.
No.
What?
All right, Brian. So when we get back, we're going to speak with, you're going to speak with Tara Andrus.
Yes, that is correct.
Awesome sauce. All right, guys, you're listening to The Weekend Geek on Fox Sports 1280.
From the Taxman Financial Service Traffic Center.
Traffic congestion starting to wind down a bit across the area, but remains heavy if you're leaving the CBD. Slow and go on the Lakebound Expressway between the Crescent City Connection and the Superdome area. Tight I-10 through Metairie between Causeway and Power. High-rise delays beginning from Elysian Fields on the I-10 as well as the I-610. And watch for a traffic light malfunction in Metairie. Transcontinental at Veterans. Remember to treat the intersection as a 4-way stop. I'm Angie Brolier.
This report is brought to you by the T.J. Martell Foundation.
Hey everybody, I'm Eric Church, asking you to join me in the fight against leukemia, cancer, and AIDS through the T.J. Martell Foundation. Your support helps facilitate cutting-edge research that will lead to more effective treatments and save more lives. Visit tjmartell.org to learn about music's promise for a cure.
From the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center.
A pretty nice night ahead, cool with upper 50s North Shore and lower 60s on the South Shore. And for Thursday, a mixture of sun and clouds, a 30% chance for a few showers and maybe even a thunderstorm with highs in the upper 70s. From the Fox 8 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist David Bernard.
This report is brought to you by Louisiana Lottery.
Listen up, folks. Check out this fun game from the lottery. Play Wonder Bucks. You could win up to $10,000. Stop at any lottery retailer and ask for Wonder Bucks today. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, is now an audiobook read for you by Brian Held. It's a tale of a young girl from Tortuga who disguises herself as a boy and bluffs her way onto a pirate ship, chasing after her one true love, only to find adventure on the high seas. Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid is available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. Get your copy of Jezebel Johnston today.
Napa know-how.
Spend $24 on anything at Napa this month, and you'll get a free Chase Elliott racing cap. You can spend it on oil. You can spend it on wiper blades. Heck, spend it on a year's supply of Pine Tree air fresheners. No matter what you spend $24 on, you'll walk away with a free Chase Elliott racing cap planted firmly on your noggin. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores while supplies last. Offer expires 3/31/17.
When you're in need of pain relief, come to Need It Relief Massage Therapy. Kat is an experienced licensed massage therapist. Check out her website and book your session online now at massagetherapykm.com. Need It Relief Massage Therapy for some much needed relief.
CypherCon, Lake Charles, Louisiana's premier pop culture convention, returns to the Lake Charles Civic Center April 7th through the 9th. Tickets are now on sale at Eventbrite. CypherCon, fun for the whole family, April 7th through the 9th at the Lake Charles Civic Center.
Kasha's Bazaar, located at 5727 Jesson Highway across from Red, White, and Blue. Geeky collectibles and more. Find them on Facebook at facebook.com/Kasha's Bazaar. Kasha's Bazaar, 5727 Jesson Highway, the Unflea Market. Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Yeah, this is Sam J. Jones / Gordon, and you are listening to The Week in Geek. You better be listening. I will hunt you down, and I will find you.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian Held with
D Squared. I'll take you down. Take you down to Chinatown.
Well, hey, real quick, we have a minute or two. Let's go ahead and knock out this book of the month.
Okay. Oh. What? All right, the book of the month
is The Night Ocean by Paul Lafarge.
The Night Ocean?
Yes.
On the night.
So, couple of revelations, or a couple of things I have to put out front. This is an advanced review copy that we got from Random House.
Okay.
And I didn't completely finish it because I got it on Sunday.
Okay.
All right. But I have read enough to state that I am absolutely enthralled with this book now. And it's basically about a writer who essentially is driven mad and kills himself, or at least that's what the police suspect when they investigate, his disappearance. They're like, well, he threw himself in this lake and it's really cold right now and he's probably frozen at the bottom.
No TV, no beer, make Homer go crazy.
Right, but his wife, who is a psychiatrist, knows better. She's like, no, he didn't kill himself. Something happened, right?
It's an elaborate ruse.
And the whole deal is as she starts to reveal, is this guy is a writer of ordinary people who do extraordinary things, and he gets on this thread finding out about H.P. Lovecraft.
Okay.
And digging into his life, and of course the whole Cthulhu mythos, and of course that whole narrative of driving people mad kind of plays into it, and in what would seem like dry history of this guy's life is being presented in a narrative that's very intriguing, and I cannot wait to get to the end of it. I'm just, I'm like I said, I almost considered sacrificing sleep this week so I can knock it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when is it available?
It is available yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, it's already on newsstands right now.
Newsstands?
News stands.
Enunciate.
I said news. Anyway, The Night Ocean by Paul Farge. It is an adult-themed book. I'm going to say that much.
Oh, all right. I'm liking it better now.
There are some mature themes that are presented. Might not want to let the youngins see this one. But
all right. Case. Well, okay. Well, Brian gives it 2 thumbs up.
I do.
All right. So now let's lay out this interview. Tyra Andrus.
Yes.
We met her at CoastCon 40.
I know. She was so sweet. She is a makeup artist. She worked in Hollywood South for a while, and she's also...
God bless her soul. She was sitting next to Preston Avocado all weekend.
Yes, she was. But she also does these incredible masks, and she's branching into puppetry now. So you ready to fire it up?
Let's find out.
This is Brian Hill with the Week in Geek radio show on Fox Sports 1280, and I'm here with Tara Andrus. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. So you are a prop maker, a sculptor, an excellent mask maker, right?
Yeah, that's mainly what I do now. I don't do makeup as much anymore, but we can get on that.
Oh, definitely. Now, you've attended a number of different schools. Did you go to the Jim Henson studio? And then, no, you didn't. But that was some inspiration for you, right?
Right, yeah. I was really inspired by the Jim Henson puppetry, especially the more realistic stuff like he did on Labyrinth and on the Storyteller series. So I've always been interested in making creatures more than straight up applying makeup to people. But I did go get a degree in sculpture from Tulane University because sculpture is the most important thing when you're doing any kind of effect because everything starts as a sculpture. After I got that 4-year degree, I got a BA. I went to Complexions International Academy of Makeup Artistry, which is in Toronto. And I did look at the other schools that were around at the time. There's Tom Savini School in Pennsylvania, and there's the Joe Blasco School in Orlando, Florida, and then in Los Angeles. And I looked at those, but Complexions really had more of a focus on creature design in their program, which is why I ultimately went with them.
Nice. So pretty cold in Ontario?
Oh, it was really bad. People warned me, it's so humid. I was like, well, I'm from New Orleans, so color me concerned. But the biggest problem was it was really great most of the year, and then we got to that fall, and it just started being cold and overcast every day. Then we got into the snow, so then we wound up with basically 8 months of really not good weather. I actually got a touch of that seasonally affective disorder where you don't get enough sun, so you start getting depressed. But I'd wake up and it would be dark. I'd go to school. I'd go on lunch break. Oh, look, sun, great. Go back off, lunch break to school. Come out to go home and it's dark.
Wow, that's crazy. So tell me, right now, what you've been doing is a lot of masks, and I saw some work that you have at your booth over here. It's incredibly lifelike, and a lot of the masks that we see are kind of cartoony in nature. I mean, how do you achieve that effect?
Well, it all starts with the eyes, and that's why I get them from a professional taxidermy supplier. Everything else I make myself. Because the eyes and the eye expression, I spend so much time getting the eyes fitted, getting the eyelids just right, because that then sells the rest of the effect. You've probably seen in movies and things where the eyes on a creature weren't quite right, especially with CGI. CGI is bad at doing good eyes, and it makes the whole effect look fake. The masks I got into doing while I was still in Canada, I saw someone online doing them in the realistic manner. I said, that might be a great Halloween project. So I made one, and then the inquiries started pouring in. Oh, do you sell these? Well, I do now. So I started making them and experimenting and getting more and more realistic, and it just kind of became my major source of income. So that's what I'm still currently doing, but I'm eventually going to start getting the business a bit more diversified.
So, and we were talking a little bit about that diversification because you want to take those inspirations you got off the Henson studio and all that to start making some more puppets. Is that right?
Yeah, I would like to take everything I've applied towards doing the masks and start applying it towards realistic puppetry. And of course, there's more things that go into that because you can actually get movement because you're controlling it with, your hands and not just wearing it. So there's blinking, there's ear movement that one could accomplish. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. And ultimately, a nice marriage of the two would actually be a wearable mask with like you having a fake arm and one behind your back controlling the movement while you're wearing the mask. That to me would be a really great marriage of the two disciplines that I'm really looking forward to trying out.
Have you gotten a chance to play with any of the electronic side of things, any lights or maybe 3D printing, any of that stuff?
No, I haven't done any of that. I have worked with LEDs some, but I have very little experience with like rigging electronics, like soldering, splicing, all that stuff. And I would like to learn it more, but that might be something that I do a bit later because you only have so much time to focus on things. And as much as I have always had a love of animatronics, but that requires learning engineering and all of these other things that I don't have the time for right now. So I'm just going to focus on the actual practical effect that you see. And, maybe if I ever go into animatronics, like leave that rigging up to somebody else who knows what they're doing a bit better.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. So where can folks go to find out more about you, about these incredible masks, and just kind of keep up to date?
Well, my website is netherden.com, spelled exactly like it sounds, and it has all of my social media, so whatever you're into, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, I've got it. And it all gets updated all at once every single time I have an update. So that's easy enough to follow. I also, on my website, I have a little web store, so when things are available for sale, they go up there with blasts on social media. Hey, this is about to go up for sale if you're interested. And then lastly, I do post tutorials on how to do things. I don't have any videos yet, but I have them in web page forms like photo explanation. And so like ears, how to mold things. I really enjoy teaching, which is how I am invited to conventions now, as my booths are all about the educational process of creating the sculpture, the mold, the end product, and what you have to do to get there. I do want to convert my tutorials to videos at some point, but right now they're just on the website.
Well, and we definitely appreciate having those tutorials out. It's such a benefit to the community of all these cosplayers. I mean, it's so easy to learn things on the net, and that's great. So thank you for that.
Yeah, of course. It's my pleasure. I don't like it when artists are really secretive about what they're doing. I mean, if they've got a big business, fair enough. You have a proprietary trademark, something. But this is about just, I want everybody to be able to learn how to do what I'm doing if they want to. And I'm very open to questions. You can email me through my website if you have a question about something. But yeah, I really enjoy getting people, teaching them to fish, as it were.
Well, fantastic. Well, Tara, thank you so much for taking the time to tell us about your work, and we'll see you online.
All right, it was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
At Discover, we believe anniversaries should be a time of celebration, not obligation. That's why we think annual fees are ridiculous. And now, just for giving us a try, we're going to give new card members a one-year anniversary gift they'll never forget. At the end of your first year, we'll match all the cash back you've earned dollar for dollar. No caps and no catches, because we know if you try us, you'll like us. And that's worth every penny. Try it and believe it at discover.com/match. Cashback match offer only for new card members. Limitations apply.
Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, is now an audiobook read for you by Brian Held. It's a tale of a young girl from Tortuga who disguises herself as a boy and bluffs her way onto a pirate ship, chasing after her one true love, only to find adventure on the high seas. Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid is available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. Get your copy of Jezebel Johnston today.
At the center of every story are people with different points of view that need to be heard, because the facts matter, the story matters, and understanding matters.
NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Tubby and Coos, Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton, just off Orleans and Carrollton. Books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. Find them on the web at tubbyandcoos.com and sign up for their geekly newsletter. Tubby and Coos, more than books.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian Victorian, cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop located at 631 North Carrollton or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
In a New Orleans that never was and never will be, airships float high above the city while platoons of clockwork automatons patrol the streets below. In Storyville, pirates, streetwalkers, gamblers, and thieves prowl back alleys in search of their next mark. New Orleans by Gaslight, the premier anthology of locally written and locally produced steampunk poetry and fiction, all set in Victorian New Orleans. Buy it now, available in both paperback and Kindle versions at Amazon.com. New Orleans by Gaslight.
Kasha's Bazaar has an unconventional inventory for the discerning geek collector. Comic book related collectibles, vintage New Orleans items, militaria, and plenty for your mundane friends. Kasha's Bazaar, 5727 Jefferson Highway, the Unflea Market.
CypherCon, Lake Charles, Louisiana's premier pop culture convention, returns to the Lake Charles Civic Center April 7th through the 9th. Celebrity guests include Julian Glover from Game of Thrones, Sonny Strait from Dragon Ball Z, and so many more. Concerts, gaming, panels, vendors, an artist alley, charity auction, fan party, cosplay contest, and a Friday night pub crawl. For more information, go to CypherCon.org. CypherCon, April 7th through the 9th at the Lake Charles Civic Center.
When you're in need of pain relief, come to Need It Relief Massage Therapy. Kat is an experienced licensed massage therapist. Check out her website and book your session online now at massagetherapykm.com. Need It Relief Massage Therapy for some much needed relief.
This is Captain Kells, Tim Russ. You're listening to The Week in Geek, Fox Sports 1280.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian Held with
D Squared.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
All right. Well, it's that time again.
Did I just hear a new commercial, though? I heard a couple of new commercials.
You did hear a couple of new commercials.
I heard you did a new commercial. What was your commercial about?
It was about the book that I narrated.
Did you join Jezebel?
Jezebel Johnston.
Ooh, tell me more. I'm intrigued.
Well, don't we have to get the top nerd news?
Hey, we're shamelessly self-promoting.
All right, it's Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid, Volume 1 by Nancy Hansen, and I narrated the book, and it's on Audible, Amazon, and iTunes.
All right.
Yeah.
But we also have another legitimate sponsor, CypherCon.
Yes, we do.
Yes, CypherCon. It's in Lake Charles.
Yeah, no, it's a fantastic event. We've been there before, and I had a really great time. I like their facility. It's a nice layout.
Yeah, I like there's like a 2-story little thing.
3-story.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a 3rd story.
Yeah, because you don't remember us being on the top floor yelling down at Rob Serio?
I do now. That I was being obnoxious. Of course.
Of course.
Now I remember. Time for Top Nerd News.
And now, your top nerd news stories from around the world. Brought to you by Kasha's Bazaar. Find them at 5727 Jefferson Highway. And now, our top nerd news stories.
All right, Brian. Well, you know what? I kind of want to start off with the really crazy news that we got about Indiana Jones 5.
Yeah, the release date of July 19th, 2019.
2019. So who came back? Who are the alum, Brian?
Oh, let's see. Well,
everybody.
Steven Spielberg and Harrison Ford will be reunited for Indiana Jones 5.
I think the working title is The Dentures of Doom. I mean, seriously, the dude is ancient.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, I'm not saying Harrison Ford's old. I'm just saying it's hard to tell where his leather jacket ends and his skin begins.
I hope that my theory that Harrison Ford is reprising all of his old roles solely to kill off those characters is true.
I really, really hope that's true because that would just make it, well, I don't know. That would almost kind of give him cause to reboot stuff, though.
Well,
but if they hand off the mantle, then there's no need for a reboot, which means maybe in our future we can see an Indiana Jones 8, 9, and 10.
Haven't we said all we need to say?
No,
after
because
the Crystal Skull,
nothing happened. We didn't hear this Crystal Skull. I didn't see no Crystal Skull. You see a Crystal Skull?
Oh man, I'm trying to forget.
I didn't see no Shia LaBeouf. Just do it. Do it.
That movie was horrible.
That dude needs to lay off the drugs, man.
Well.
Poor Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
But all right, so the release date and I think the most disturbing thing is just that they're bringing back everybody after the travesty that was the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And, I mean, Look, Harrison, how old is he now? He's tried to kill himself twice in an airplane crash.
Yeah, I think he's in his 70s.
He's had the Millennium Falcon fall on. So what's going to fall on him this time, you know?
Maybe that boulder finally gets its revenge.
Look out! Oh, my God!
All right.
So, I don't know. Maybe we'll try to get some inside sources to give us some information on it.
All right. That's cool.
All right. Now, what do you want to talk about?
How about the Doctor?
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. So, did you watch the clip of the original 1966 episode?
I didn't get to see the clip that is attached to this article we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's really old and it's black and white, and you don't get any real extreme close-ups, but they all did the Captain Kirk karate chop.
Nice.
Ninja chop.
Right.
And so they knocked them all out, but they looked really weird and just kind of so retro, so that now, like the picture on this article, I mean, they actually look pretty kind of like disturbing, like not retro cheesy. Now it's kind of like, all right, it's
like frightening.
Yeah, like it came out of a dumpster, but like it's all shiny and stuff. But these are the new Cybermen.
Yeah, well, no, they're
they're the
old,
original.
Right, exactly. The original coming back. They're from
They're from the planet Mundus.
Yes.
Mundasians.
So, yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. I like the fact that they bring that stuff back, that they, solidify that continuity of the whole series.
Right. Now, what I really want to know is, back in 1966, they talked to Jerry Davis, who was like their science advisor back then.
Right.
He said the Cybermen were meant to originally play on the fear of body modification and artificial enhancement. I mean, what were they worried about in 1966? I mean, was like boob implants going to talk, or like nose construction? I mean, what were they worried about? It's not like we were like in the 90s and 80s where we're actually people are trying to turn themselves into cat boy and bat girl.
Well, and now you actually have body modification stuff where people are putting circuitry and electronics in their bodies.
Yeah, they got and then they put those little things there. They get horns in their head, man, it's just disturbing.
I don't know.
What were they worried about back then?
I mean, they had
He's got to have a computer brain. We're all gonna die.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows what was happening to those crazy
damn
60
hippies?
Guys. Maybe it was the drugs.
Damn hippies, man. All right, speaking of drugs.
I
got no segue. Star Trek Discovery. So Harry Potter drugs.
Right.
So,
Lucius Malfoy is going to be Captain Lorca of Starship Discovery.
Yeah, and I mean, we've already discussed it before, where it's like the lieutenant Sonequa Martin Green.
Yes.
She's in The Walking Dead. She is the lieutenant commander, so she's like the main character.
Yeah, she's the focus of the whole series.
Right.
But yeah, Jason Isaacs is going to be the captain of the Starship Discovery. I'm still okay.
Well,
sure.
I mean, I have to wonder though. I mean, is he really going to be a bad guy? Because I loved him in The Patriot when he was in The Patriot with Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
He was the cavalry officer.
Oh yeah,
he was
brutal.
Awesome. Yeah,
right.
No, I loved him. I want to grow up to be like him.
Maybe he'll have a villainous streak.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, because actually there's another captain, like in the rest of the article, they talk about, Captain Georgiou, the captain of another Starfleet ship, the Shenzhou.
Right.
And then they got Spock's father. They cast Spock's father. What the hell? Is this like the birth of Star Trek? Does Spock's dad meet Spock's mama? Bow chicka wow wow. What?
I don't. Who knows?
That had to be a very very boring dating thing. Yes,
right.
I would love to have dinner with you.
Right. I'm still concerned about this CBS All Access thing. Right.
Yeah, I'm not paying to see it. I'll watch the first episode. After that, I'm gonna Amazon Fire Stick it or something.
I am not
jailbreak that
comment
stuff.
On that.
Oh, that's right. We're on the radio.
We are
shutting up, sir.
Yeah.
Speaking of streaming services for which I pay for,
right?
Netflix.
I know,
Brian. I am officially on board with the Will Smith show, Bright.
It's about time.
Well, I mean, look, I still haven't seen much that like visually to be like, all right, this is going to be awesome. I mean, the little clips that they showed were. I actually have flashbacks of that horrible sci-fi show they had on the Sci-Fi Channel with the St. Louis Arch, and they made a video game about it. And they had those really pasty white aliens, You know what I'm talking about?
I vaguely recall, but I can't.
260-1280, somebody call me.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the damn show.
Yeah, no, but so is it magic, right?
All right, so actually magic is actually considered a dangerous weapon that's been illegal, and you actually have to, I don't know, it's kind of like tanks or something. You know,
right.
Normal citizens are not allowed to have it.
Right.
But, I mean, they're even saying, well, they don't really say that the police can't have it, but they're saying, I like this little twist that, oh, God, where'd it go? Dag nabbit. Man.
See.
Oh, the discovery of a magical relic, an artifact of the Dark Lord's war against humanity. That simple little sentence right there makes me want to know, is this like a raid gone bad? Like, you know, we little humies fought back the orc hordes, and these are the guys that got left behind?
Maybe. I mean, you know, a lot of people are also attributing Shadowrun elements to this, which I think is really super cool. I mean, I like the whole narrative of
Well, yeah,
Shadowrun.
but the one thing that's really not cool, and it just reeks of reboot, is, you know, I'm the first orc under a diversity program to be allowed into the police force. And he's teaming up with the character of Will Smith, who does not like it. It's alienation, but with orcs.
Yeah, I can
and
see
magic.
That. I could see
you know,
that.
I mean, are they going to drink milk and get drunk, or sour milk and get drunk?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I know. I just wanted to pee on your parade a bit.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, we'll see when it comes out. All right, we got to get to a break soon. You want to talk about this EliteCon thing?
You know, we put out a message to them trying to get in touch with the people from EliteCon. I think you and I are probably on a similar page, but just slightly, you know, we're in the same chapter, maybe a different page.
Right.
I mean, I see no problem with what they're doing, how they're doing it. There was no deceit. They basically said, okay, look, we're not having cosplay out the gate. We are just going to be selling high-end collectibles. And when I was reading some of the things, like the levels that you buy in membership,
right?
If you buy like a silver membership, you can bring in one box of goods to trade and or sell.
Right.
For a higher level, you can bring in 2 boxes. They are trying to get the extreme collectible people that, you know, rich people, in other words, who probably don't want to get outed as a nerd, too.
Well, I get it. I get what they're trying to do, and that's fine. I just think that them saying, you know, cosplayers are banned, right? Just and using a picture of a cosplayer that they, as a business, don't have a right to use, right? Because of licensing issues or whatever. But I just think that they went about it wrong, right? If they would have. And there's the whole argument about the name of con, right? When you say whatever con, it invokes, you know, a cosplay event, a Comic-Con type deal.
Now,
right?
But not these people are probably older,
right?
I mean,
back in the day.
Cosplay is new to me.
Right.
I actually had to ask about 10 years ago. I'm like, what the F is a cosplay?
10 years is a long time, Dave. But it would be fair to say if they would have billed themselves as a trade show
I think
out of
they
the gate,
did. They were a nobody little. They're in a hotel, like the first floor of a hotel.
So
it's not like this giganticor con. You know, it's not. It's not a Wizard World. I mean, they're not even on the same level as Coast Con.
I do think that
it's like the St. Tammany Fair that we want to go to. That's held in the dining room of the damn Holiday Inn.
It's the same thing. I just think it's a lot of much ado about nothing. Right?
I think it is too. But the internet lost its damn mind.
Right, and even some of it came on our page.
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Man. And actually, well played to the people on our website, on our Facebook page.
Everybody played nice.
I know they did.
The end.
And somebody even apologized to somebody else.
It was great.
It's unheard of on the internet.
Yep. No.
Usually it's
love
like,
it.
I know where you live.
All right, guys, stay tuned. When we get back from this short commercial break, we will do This Week at Geek History.
Hopefully Harrison Ford will still be alive after this 4-minute break. Stay tuned to the Week in Geek on Fox Sports.
From the Taxman Financial Service Traffic Center.
We're still watching an accident spot. This is on the I-10 westbound at Williams. Now has the center and right lane blocked, causing a bit of a delay. Stop and go beginning from Transcontinental. Tight I-10 eastbound between Williams and Veterans. Clearing out across the rest of the area. Looking much better if you're headed towards New Orleans East up and over the high rise. And you're free and clear on all your bridges from the North Shore or West Bank. I'm Angie Brolier.
This report is brought to you by Lead Safe America. Does your child struggle to concentrate and pay attention? What looks like ADD or autism may actually be caused by lead poisoning. Lead is a neurotoxin. It can cause permanent brain damage. Find out how to protect your family. Go to leadsafeamerica.org.
Hi, I'm Bob Pittman, CEO of iHeartMedia. Here's something you probably didn't know. Broadcast radio reaches more people in America than television. That's right, AM/FM radio. Broadcast radio has never been bigger, reaching 93% of Americans every week. That's bigger than TV, Facebook, and Google, too. If you're a marketer who needs to reach new fans, visit iHeartMedia.com and go to the one place everyone is listening, AM/FM radio.
Burger King presents Breakfast Stories. Here's Pete, Tony, and the 2 for $4 croissant deal.
The other day, Pete and I go to Burger King for my croissant. You know, they're just 2 for $4.
Oh, it's my favorite. I'm like, what?
Yeah, so I got 2 croissant, and I get one of this guy.
I'm like, who are you?
I'm the guy that just paid for your breakfast.
That's my favorite guy.
You guys. The croissant deal is 2 for $4. Now made with 100% butter for a soft and flaky croissant. Get 2 croissant sandwiches now for $4 only at Burger King. Price and participation vary.
The Bishop, Lady May, Grace. In just 1 week, they're all back. On March 15th, the Greenleaf family returns with a brand new season. From executive producer Oprah Winfrey, this critically acclaimed drama has been hailed as excellent, thoughtful, absorbing, and juicy as hell. You can relive all of Season 1 on Netflix now, just in time for the season premiere event on Wednesday, March 15th at 10/9 Central, only on OWN. This season, the Greenleaf Kingdom will be divided.
When you're in need of pain relief, come to Need It Relief Massage Therapy. Kat is an experienced licensed massage therapist. Check out her website and book your session online now at massagetherapykm.com. Need It Relief Massage Therapy for some much needed relief.
At Discover, we believe anniversaries should be a time of celebration, not obligation. That's why we think annual fees are ridiculous. And now, just for giving us a try, we're going to give new card members a 1-year anniversary gift they'll never forget. At the end of your first year, we'll match all the cash back you've earned dollar for dollar. No caps and no catches, because we know if you try us, you'll like us. And that's worth every penny. Try it and believe it at discover.com/match. Cashback match offer only for new card members. Limitations apply.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
In a New Orleans that never was and never will be, airships float high above the city while platoons of clockwork automatons patrol the streets below. In Storyville, pirates, streetwalkers, gamblers, and thieves prowl back alleys in search of their next mark. New Orleans by Gaslight, the premier anthology of locally written and locally produced steampunk poetry and fiction, all set in Victorian New Orleans. Buy it now, available in both paperback and Kindle versions at Amazon.com. New Orleans by Gaslight.
Hey everybody, I'm Eric Church, asking you to join me in the fight against leukemia, cancer, and AIDS through the TJ Martell Foundation. Your support helps facilitate cutting-edge research that will lead to more effective treatments and save more lives. Visit tjmartell.org to learn about music's promise for a cure.
Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, is now an audiobook read for you by Brian Held. It's a tale of a young girl from Tortuga who disguises herself as a boy and bluffs her way onto a pirate ship, chasing after her one true love, only to find adventure on the high seas. Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid is available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. Get your copy of Jezebel Johnston today.
CypherCon, Lake Charles, Louisiana's premier pop culture convention, returns to the Lake Charles Civic Center April 7th through the 9th. Go to cyphercon.org. That's CYPHACON.org. CypherCon, April 7th through the 9th at the Civic Center.
This is Kate Mulgrew for the Week in Geek, Fox Sports, 1280 AM. Just kidding. It's Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, the Major from Ghost in the Shell. Listen, or the Tachicomas are going to get you.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian Held with
D-Squared.
All right, man.
So, Brian.
What?
I didn't really kind of get into anything else, but you know what? I'll save it. You know what we should do?
What's that?
We should do This Week in Geek History.
We should.
Oh, crud.
What?
I knew I forgot something. This Week in Geek History.
We're sending you back to the future! Yes! Oh my God!
This Week in Geek History is brought to you by NOLA Gaming Fest, February 18th and 19th at the
I did everything else but that.
Find out more at nolagamingfest.com. This Week in Geek History.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
All right, wait till we get to the end of Week Geek History, all right?
Okay.
All right, first item on the list, March 6, 2009. A movie based on the 12-part comic book written by Alan Moore. It's The Watchmen, released in the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, no, and Moore hated it.
Did he?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
He didn't even want his name attached to it.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. All right, we don't have a lot of time, I think. Here's one for you to guess. March 7th, 1986. Starring Christopher Lambert, Roxanne Hart, Clancy Brown, and Sean Connery.
Is it the Highlander?
It is the Highlander. Yes, there can be only one. Only one movie.
There was only one.
Yes, I know.
Right? We redacted that.
I think you'll like this one. March 8th, 1982. The Dallas Morning News prints a story entitled "Pac-Man's Doing Navy Duty." In the article, there's a Chief Petty Officer, Julie Red, who had been named the best of the Navy's 3,500 recruiters. She attributes her success to her tactic of hanging out in video game arcades and challenging young men to play games of Pac-Man.
Wow. Well, hey, you're pretty good at Pac-Man. Join the Army.
Right.
Be all that you can be.
All right.
I mean, what was her pitch?
Maybe, if I beat you, you have to come join the Navy.
Wow. I'm going to lay my life on the line in a game of Pac-Man.
All right. Here's another one for you to guess.
God, I hate you.
Yeah, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint. It's March 11th, 1971. It's the first movie directed by George Lucas, starring Robert Duvall, Donald Pleasance, Don Pedro Colley, and Sid Haig.
Donald Pleasance.
What was George Lucas's first movie?
Oh my God, was it THX 88?
THX 1138.
1138.
So
That's
you get a little credit.
Yay. So. I remember that.
And
last item. Amblin was Spielberg. Amblin, Amblin Along, I think it was called.
Last item on my list is, you'll like this one, March 12th, 1993. A U.S. federal judge awards Steve Jackson Games of Austin, Texas, $50,000 plus expenses, which will include $25,000 in legal fees for lost profits in 1990.
That's Cyberpunk?
No. It's following the March 1990 United States Secret Service raid investigating alleged computer hacking activities, which resulted in equipment seizures.
Yeah,
it
was
actually
the GURP Cyberpunk deal.
I thought it was Hackers. They did a game called Hackers.
No. Oh, well, maybe. I don't know. I know the book got confiscated at the airport, but also they raided their places, too. Yeah. And just, they really thought that it was some sort of, like, government conspiracy.
Yeah. And the judge also ruled the Secret Service violated the 1986 Electronic Communications Privacy Act.
Wow.
When it seized stored messages of BBS users who weren't suspected of anything. So
see, that's just wrong.
The little guy wins.
Yeah, I know.
Once.
That's good. Good for us.
All right, we got.
You know what? I bet some of those bulletin board members were probably the people that made me mad.
That's not all that made you mad this week.
Man, all right. I'm done with the internet, dude. I'm done with the internet.
Why?
All of a sudden, I woke up yesterday. I'm all excited. I'm like, it's a beautiful day. And then I see a trailer for Star Wars, The Last Jedi. I'm like, this is going to be awesome. I'm all excited. I click on it, and it's fake. And they didn't rickroll me, though. So, I mean, I would have tracked that ass down and beat it into oblivion. But no, it was just fake. It was sort of well done, but it was so fake, and they didn't have the little check next to it, the blue confirmation or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, on their
verified
social media.
Yeah.
The only thing that I take umbrage with in your rant is that you'd never wake up with the attitude of it's a bright sunny day. So
you don't know. You have no idea. I'm a happy guy, Brian Held.
You ready for some celebrity birthdays?
Sure. Who cares?
On the 6th, Rob Reiner. He was director of Princess Bride, Spinal Tap. Yeah.
Yep. I'm aware.
On the 7th, Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston?
Yes, he was
Breaking
Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
He wore a Bryan Cranston mask at a Comic-Con.
Oh, that's funny. On the 8th, Boris Kodjoe. Let's see. He was in Surrogates, and he was in the Resident Evil films.
Oh.
On the 9th, Catherine Parkinson. She was Jen on the IT Crowd.
Oded Fair hugged me.
Yeah,
because he said I don't like radio. He wouldn't come on the radio show.
Oh, that's funny.
I know, man.
But on the 10th, Chuck Norris. Happy birthday, Chuck Norris. Don't kill us.
I was about to say, don't utter his name. He might show up.
Well, but we're saying nice things about him.
Okay.
And on the 11th, John Barrowman.
All right, cool. All right, guys. Like us on Facebook. Till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high.
GFL.
We are Fox
Perfect
Sports 1280 WODT New Orleans, an iHeart radio station.